Good evening, and welcome to the award ceremony portion of tonight's event. Tonight, the Men of Valor will honor 4 extraordinary men. Service is the action of helping or doing work for someone. Mark chapter 10, verses 44 through 45 states, "And whoever wants to be first must be servant of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as ransom for many." Tonight's recipient was born in Roseboro, North Carolina, and raised on a farm to sharecropping. His loving parents, Harrison and Ernest D. Graham, had 10 children, 3 girls and 7 boys. He retired initially from the Navy as an aircraft engineer and then retired for the second time from Shell Oil Company as a biomedical engineer. He is the father to 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys, Laprecia, Lauren, Lawrence, and Ryan, and the grandfather to 3 children, Asia, Princeton, and Easton. Baptized and saved as a young man, he has been a member of New Mountaintop since 2006 and enjoys working actively with missions, the Men of Valor, and the Transportation Ministry. He is always willing to lend a helping hand to those within New Mountaintop's walls, as well as those in need beyond the sanctuary. He has seen the transforming work of Jesus Christ in his life, and he wholeheartedly knows that God can do the same in everyone's life. The more he's been able to learn about the Holy Trinity, the more he has grown to understand that he has everything that he could ever need in life. In this season of his life, he has made a commitment to share the love of God with others. He is in a covenant with God and has received a deep sense of joy and fulfillment in his life. God never ceases to amaze him. Despite living the life the way he did, he said God still loves him. Jesus died on the cross and took the punishment, he says, for his sins as well as the sins of the world, so that we can have the right to the tree of life. He is not living selfishly anymore, he says, but he now lives for the glory of God and his purpose. He knows that his purpose in life is to please God, and he has pledged to continue to do God's will. The recipient of tonight's B.J. Sparks Service Award goes to Larry Graham. Faith is the complete trust or confidence in someone or something. Hebrews 11:6 says, "But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him." Tonight's recipient is the middle school and high school science coordinator in Douglas County, where he coordinates curriculum, resources, and teacher professional development for 14 schools. Prior to this, he spent 14 years teaching biology and physics and mentoring students of all ages. He is a former Georgia Teacher of the Year, runner-up for National Life Changer of the Year, and a past program director for the Georgia Tech Center for Education Integrating Science, Mathematics, and Computing. He writes and speaks nationally on topics including STEM education, school discipline, and school community partnerships. More important than anything else, he's a born-again believer. He was saved at age 12 and determined to grow in his relationship with God ever since. For almost 2 years, he has served as the youth minister at New Mountaintop Baptist Church, hoping to draw young people to salvation and see them grow in their relationship with Christ. His favorite pastime is playing with his 6-year-old twins, Jackson and Harper. For his unwavering faith in God, the Reverend Benjamin Parker Faith Award is presented to Minister Casey M. Bethel. Commitment is the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause or activity. Acts 2:42 says, "They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to the fellowship, to the breaking of bread, to prayer." Tonight's recipient is born to the late Looney and Frances Stanley and is one of 7 children. He served in the United States Air Force and is a graduate of Clark Atlanta University. He received his doctorate of jurisprudence from John Marshall Law School in Atlanta, Georgia, and has been practicing law for more than 25 years. He has been married to Georgie Hall Danley for 51 years, and to this union they have 3 children, 4 grandchildren, and 1 granddog. He was the first African American magistrate judge in Douglas County and has received numerous awards and accolades, including an appointment from Governor Joe Frank Harris. He is faithful to serving on the recreation ministry, in the men's ministry, and around the church. He has served faithfully on the board of deacons and served as vice chair and chairman. The most important thing about tonight's recipient is his unwavering love for Jesus Christ and his family. The Deacon Lucius B. Cooley Commitment Award is presented to Deacon Leonard Danley Sr. And now, the Man of the Year Award is presented to a man who embodies service, faith, and commitment, not just to his family and church, but to his community. Tonight's recipient is a native of Tifton, Georgia, born to the union of the late Bishop Alton Littman and Mrs. Nora Littman. He has 1 older sibling, Angela Littman Farrell. He's a graduate of Andersonville Theological Seminary and continued his education and graduated from Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia with a Master of Arts in Human Services with a concentration in marriage and family counseling in May of 2013. In May of 2016, he earned a Master of Arts in Christian Ministries with a concentration in leadership from the Liberty University School of Divinity in Lynchburg. He holds a doctorate in theology from Slidell Baptist Seminary and is presently pursuing the doctorate of ministry at United Theological Seminary in Dayton, Ohio. He completed his academic training for the episcopacy through Graduate School of Episcopal Studies. He is the Dean of the Douglasville site of Apex School of Theology based in Durham, North Carolina, and a faculty member of Bryant Theological Seminary in Fitzgerald, Georgia. He is a board-certified Christian counselor and life coach. His commitment to promoting peace, wholeness, and understanding has led to the enhanced emotional well-being of hundreds of people through faith-based private practice. He preached his first sermon in 1990 at the age of 18 and was ordained at the age of 24. He began his pastoral journey at the age of 25. He has been a senior pastor for 22 years. In June of 2006, he became the senior pastor of New Mountaintop Baptist Church. Since his tenure, God has grown the membership exponentially. His work has been recognized through the reception of numerous awards and accolades. Due to his achievements, January the 11th, 2018 was declared Bishop A. Reginald Littman Day in the city of Douglasville by the Honorable Mayor Rochelle Robinson. He is an accomplished author and recording artist. He is the author of Overcoming Losing Seasons, Finding Favor in Frustration, and Uncommon Sense, Finding Wisdom in the Simple Things in Life. Both books are available digitally and in print on Amazon. He produces thought-provoking content as a blogger. His podcast, known as The Integrity Podcast, has a listening audience across the nation on the iTunes platform. In 2018, he released 2 singles on his debut CD recording called I Need You More. At the request of a consortium of 20 interdenominational pastors and leaders in January of 2005, he was duly consecrated with legitimate apostolic succession to the sacred office of bishop in the Lord's Church and presiding prelate of Integrity Fellowship of Christian Churches. He is a member of the Joint College of African American Bishops in Cleveland, Ohio, and he also serves as an auxiliary bishop in the historic House of God Saints in Christ of Jacksonville, Florida. On July 11th, 2007, he married his best friend and the love of his life, Lady Bakaya. They have one son, Alton Reginald Littman. The Littman family serves together in ministry, making a mark that cannot be erased. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Man of Valor Man of the Year Award goes to our very own pastor, Bishop A. Reginald Littman.